you're anything like me, you're probably at least moderately or slightly concerned that you peaked in high school. But I'm here to tell you today that that's not possible. The good news is that it does not determine your worth as a person. Even if you were on like the debate team, or you were the football guy and won on the football team, that's cool. But basically the way high school is set up, it's set up for you to succeed. It's basically like, you think of like a video game, you think of the tutorial level, and it's like, okay, like press A to jump. Anybody can press A to jump. It's a lot more impressive in the real world. Someone goes to the grocery store without having a panic attack. I rank that higher on my sliding scale than Mr. Football. The same thing goes for, I was an actor, so you get a lead in the play in high school. That ranks lower than going out and getting groceries and not having a panic attack. Or, getting a library card. These things that the system doesn't prepare you for, that you have to go out and accomplish on your own. We have to recontextualize achievements and accomplishments. A high achievement in high school is poopy. A low achievement in real life, that's something to be proud of. Because once you've achieved it in real life, outside the tutorial, you have that and it's yours for keeps. It was very damaging to my psyche to believe that high school was representative of what real life would be. I was a theater kid. I got into acting. I started out acting my first couple of years, freshman and sophomore year, which felt like, and were, a big portion of my life at the time. I wasn't really getting parts. I was in the ensemble a lot. Even if I got in a show, that was huge. But basically the way my brain was primed at that time, at a very important developmental age, was if I obsess about this enough and I care about it for long enough, that will be enough to give me results and give me what I want. And that's kind of how life works. Not really. Like, it's good to focus on what you're going for, but not to an obsessive degree. I would have sleepless nights, insomnia, just thinking over and over. I was just like ruminating, like, oh my gosh, all the time. And just taking that as truth, right? And so I was eventually rewarded. I got a ton of leads in the school plays and school musicals. My going out of my junior year and going into my senior year, just suddenly showered with praise. This is the first time in my life, because I didn't have the best childhood, and I don't think anyone has a great, grade school and the middle school years. That's just like inherently strange, a strange time. So for the first time in my whole life, I suddenly had everybody over the moon with what I was doing. I was passionate about what I was pursuing. Things were all adding up. The way I thought I got there was through hard work, was through essentially flagellating myself. I didn't have good techniques at the time to deal with my anxiety, so I basically pushed through it unhealthily to an unhealthy degree, which has led to several instances of burnout throughout the years. I'm not blaming it on the system, but the lessons I took away from that were not the proper ones. All right, super quick, I stopped recording because my roommate was outside of my room and I would rather die than have someone overhear me recording a YouTube video. Basically, long story short, I thought I peaked in high school, and you might think that you peaked in high school. You didn't, because it's literally not possible, and I decided that it's not, and you still have a lot more to achieve, so do that. I just felt like talking about this because I think it's weird and it's confusing. In a lot of ways, we set up people to fail and go insane. This is the best I've ever felt in my entire life, even when things were going well for me. Things are going to be okay. Especially if they aren't right now, they will be okay. And I know that's like fully unhelpful, but it really is true. Just keep pushing through. And by that same token, things will probably get worse for me. But I'm going to choose not to think about that, because undoubtedly those times will come. And at that time, I'm going to have to be ready for them this time, instead of fully being torn apart in the riptide. Take care of yourselves.